Norway, the land of stunning fjords, Viking history, and budget-breaking blunders. If you're not careful, you might end up paying $15 for a bottle of water, taking out a mortgage for a taxi ride, or committing the ultimate crime, talking to a Norwegian stranger on public transport. But fear not. Today, we're breaking down the 10 biggest travel mistakes in Norway, so you can avoid the embarrassment, the overspending, and the accidental Viking challenges. Stick around, unless you enjoy wasting money and looking like a clueless tourist. The last mistake is by far the most common. You do not want to miss it if you ever plan on visiting Norway. 1. Thinking Norway is cheap. It's not. Norway, the land of breathtaking fjords, northern lights, and prices so high they give Everest a run for its money. If you think $20 will get you a hearty meal, think again. That'll barely cover a cinnamon bun, and not even the fancy kind with extra icing. You'll quickly realize that budgeting in Norway is less about counting pennies and more about surviving a financial apocalypse. A simple coffee can set you back $7, and don't even get me started on restaurant prices. Let's just say, if you're planning to eat out every day, you might want to also plan a second job. First, accept the truth. Norway is expensive, but that doesn't mean you have to go bankrupt. Grocery stores are your best friend. Rime 1000, Kiwi, and Coop Pre sell budget-friendly snacks and meals that won't leave your wallet crying. Water? Free. The tap water in Norway is cleaner than your conscience after returning a lost wallet. So bring a reusable bottle and avoid paying $5 for something that literally falls from the sky. Public transport, taxis. Norwegian taxi prices will make you reconsider all your life choices. Stick to buses, trains, or just embrace the Viking spirit and walk. And speaking of overpriced things, let's talk about a major mistake that will cost you big time, and possibly your dignity. 2. Taking taxis everywhere. So, you just landed in Norway, and like any seasoned traveler, you hop into a taxi, thinking it'll be a quick and convenient ride to your hotel. Surprise? The meter starts climbing faster than you can say, "How much?" And by the time you reach your destination, you're debating whether to pay the driver or sell a kidney. Welcome to Norwegian taxis, where a 15-minute ride costs more than your flight. Here's the Viking-approved alternative. Use public transport. Oslo's metro, buses, and trams are cheaper, efficient, and won't leave you financially traumatized. If you plan on sightseeing, get yourself an Oslo Pass, which gives you unlimited rides and discounts on attractions. Because nothing feels better than saving money in one of the world's priciest countries. And if you're really committed to cutting costs, walk! Norwegians love their fresh air, and with scenery this stunning, you won't even miss that overpriced back seat. Now, let's talk about how not to get lost in translation, literally. Part 3. Assuming everyone speaks English and not learning basic Norwegian. Good news. Most Norwegians speak English. Bad news. That doesn't mean you should skip learning a few Norwegian words. Sure, you can survive with English, but making zero effort to learn even a simple "takk," thank you, is a one-way ticket to unimpressed stares. Plus, Norwegian words aren't that hard, unless you try pronouncing them correctly, in which case, good luck. So, what's the fix? Learn a few key phrases before you go. Hey, hello, takk, thank you, and unnskyld, jeg en forvirret turist. Excuse me, I'm a confused tourist. Will go a long way. Norwegians appreciate the effort, even if you butcher the pronunciation like a Viking wielding a battle axe. And who knows? You might just impress a local enough to get some insider travel tips, or at the very least, a polite nod of approval. Now, let's talk about how Norway's weather has a mind of its own, and how it will betray you. 4. Underestimating the weather and dressing wrong. Thinking Norway's summer is all sunshine and clear skies? Rookie mistake. Norway's weather changes moods faster than a reality TV show, and if you're not prepared, you'll find yourself shivering in July or sweating in a parka in September. Locals call it 4 seasons in a day, which is a polite way of saying, good luck figuring out what to wear. So what's the move? Layers, layers, and more layers. Pack a waterproof jacket because Norwegian rain doesn't just politely drizzle, it ambushes you. And forget bringing just sneakers. Hiking boots are a must if you plan to explore nature, unless you enjoy slipping around like Bambi on ice. Moral of the story: dress like you're ready for a fashion show, where the theme is survival. Now, speaking of nature, this next mistake could actually get you in trouble. For 5, not respecting nature, Norwegian style. If there's one thing Norwegians take seriously, it's nature. Littering? Unforgivable. Wandering off a hiking trail? Instant side-eye. Feeding wildlife? Congratulations, you just became public enemy number one. Norway is one of the most eco-conscious countries in the world, and nothing will out you as a tourist faster than treating the great outdoors like your personal theme park. So, here's the Viking-approved way to enjoy Norway. Follow the Allemannsretten rule, the right to roam responsibly. This means leave no trace, respect wildlife, and stick to marked trails unless you want to become part of a search and rescue mission. Oh, and whatever you do, don't carve your name into a rock or tree unless you want to go down in history as that disrespectful tourist. And if you think you can just pop in and see the Northern Lights whenever you want, think again. 6. Expecting to see the Northern Lights anytime, anywhere. The Northern Lights, nature's most epic light show. But here's the thing, they don't work on command. Too many tourists assume they'll just step outside, look up, and bam, instant Instagram moment. Reality check. The Northern Lights require clear skies, the right season, and a little bit of patience. Show up at the wrong time and all you'll see is, well, regular sky. Here's how to actually catch the Aurora Borealis. Go at the right time. September to March gives you the best chance. Head north. Tromsø, Lofoten, or Alta are prime spots. And check the Aurora forecast. Yes, that's a real thing. Websites and apps can predict activity levels, so you don't waste a night staring at nothing. Now, let's talk about food, because your taste buds deserve better than mistake number 7. 7. Only eating at tourist restaurants. Nothing screams, "I'm a tourist," like sitting at a restaurant right next to a major attraction and paying triple for bland food. Tourist traps know exactly what they're doing. Overpriced menus, average meals, and enough markup to make you question your life choices. What's the fix? Eat like a local. Try a pølse, Norwegian hot dog, from a gas station. Grab fresh seafood at local markets, and if you're feeling adventurous, sample brunost, brown cheese. Pro tip, Norwegians love open-faced sandwiches, so if you order a sandwich expecting 2 slices of bread, don't be shocked when you get half the carbs. And speaking of mistakes that will ruin your trip, this next one might be the most embarrassing. 8. Misunderstanding Norwegian culture and personal space. Norwegians are friendly, but in a very low-key, leave-me-alone kind of way. If you greet strangers with big smiles, hugs, or, heaven forbid, start small talk on public transport, prepare for some serious awkwardness. Norwegians value personal space like it's an endangered species. What to do instead? Follow their lead. A polite nod is socially acceptable. Striking up a conversation about the weather is borderline intrusive. Also, don't cut in line, ever. You'll get glares so cold they could freeze the fjords. Now, let's talk about a mistake that could literally get you stranded. 9. Not planning ahead for Sundays. Picture this, it's Sunday and you're starving. You step outside, ready to grab some food, only to realize everything is closed. Welcome to Norway's Sunday shutdown. Unlike some places where Sundays are just another shopping day, Norway takes its rest day seriously, which is great for locals, not so great for unprepared tourists. Plan ahead. Stock up on essentials on Saturday, and remember, bakeries and gas stations are your best bet for last-minute snacks. If you don't prepare, get ready to experience the fine Norwegian tradition of surviving on vending machine food. And finally, the mistake that could make your trip way more expensive than it needs to be. 10. Not booking in advance, especially for trains and attractions. Norway's scenic train rides, like the Flom Railway, and top attractions fill up fast. Show up without a booking and you'll either pay double or be stuck watching other tourists board the experience you almost had. What to do instead? Book your train tickets, fjord cruises, and must-see attractions early, not just for availability, but to save serious cash. Your wallet will thank you. And there you have it. 10 mistakes you definitely don't want to make in Norway. From budget fails to cultural slip-ups, you're now armed with the knowledge to travel smarter, save money, and most importantly, not embarrass yourself in front of the Vikings. Because trust me, you don't want to be that tourist paying $15 for a bottle of water while wearing a fake alpaca sweater you thought was Norwegian. Final tip, if in doubt, just follow the locals. And remember, if a Norwegian tells you it's just a short hike, prepare for an 8-hour uphill battle. They weren't kidding when they said Vikings were built different. If you found this helpful or just enjoy laughing at tourist mistakes, hit that subscribe button for more travel hacks. And if you think Norway's tourist traps are bad, wait till you see what's happening in Peru. Check out Never Fall for these tourist traps in Peru. Do this instead. Next.